Check. All right, this is Jay Watson from Placenta Recordings over here in Flint with Project Born.
What's up, brother? What's happening, man?
Got Frank Nitty and Chris Polk in the building.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you guys meeting up with me and talking with me tonight. You know,
Yes, sir, man.
It's an honor to be here for real. I've been listening to you guys since I was about 12.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate you taking the time.
absolutely, man. You know, I picked up Born Dead at Hot Hits from Sue, directly from Sue, because I would come down and visit family down there and go to Hot Hits every time I would be in the city, and got to know Sue, and she understood that I was coming from out of town to get this underground music from Michigan, you know, so had a good relationship with her. R.I.P. She was a great lady.
Yeah, she was.
You know, you all ever have in-stores over there in the past?
Yeah.
I thought so. I feel like I seen, you know, stuff about that I could never make it when I was a kid,
She
but
used to always show us love, man.
that's what's up. Yeah. R.I.P. Sue.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so Project Born. Tell me who came up with the name Project Born?
We ended up getting it, my uncle was getting it cut in the back of his head. Back in the days, like, people would cut letters in their head, so we ended up getting it from, I think he ended up taking it from a DLC song. He was getting it cut in his head, and we took it out from the back of his head to put it for our group. Like, it was just, we was like, oh man, we're gonna be Project Born, like, and we seen, you know, him getting cut in his head. And we were like, we're gonna be Project Born, and that's how it started. You know, we did that, we seen that, we did that, and we were just like, and then we didn't never change it from there. That was just a name. You know how some people get a name and they change it. We was Project Born from the beginning. We never had another name.
That's because you feel it in your heart. You're like, that's the one.
It just fit because we was in the projects, you know, from the projects, and it just fit. Like, it was like, you know, we changed, like, we changed rap names, but we never changed our group name, you know. Like, originally, you know, I wasn't Frank Nitty originally, like, you know what I'm saying, and, Paul, you wasn't, boy, you was.
I was High C at first. It was when I first met that first name, rapping. You know,
Yeah,
just Lil Polk.
Yeah, and I was Homicide at first, and then I changed my name to Frank Nitty when I watched the movie Untouchable.
Oh yeah, classic.
How clever Frank Nitty was.
Right.
I was like, yeah, that's me. I don't know. I just started saying it and it just stuck.
Oh yeah.
You know, and, you know, even my grandmother called me Nitty.
That's
you know,
that's
so it just stuck like, and then Pint. What was Pint's original name? Sawed Off? No. What is his original name? He had a name before he became Pint. Half Pint. Was it Half Pint originally?
Yeah.
I thought he had a name before that.
Yeah, I just remember Half Pint.
Yeah, I remember having Half Pint, but I thought he had a name before that. And it was just like, man, it was just like, you know, we came up with the name Project Born. You know, it kind of, you know, just started like with just a small idea. I was just really picking up the pen, not really knowing, you know, what was going to happen from it. You know, we never, like, in my wildest dreams, I ever think, like, that we would get as far as we done came. You know, and seen as much as we have and done as much as we did in the game. Like, I never, like, seen that come out. I thought, you know, we're going to get up, we're going to make some records, and I was hoping that we would blow, like, a lot of the bigger people, you know? And it was like, and it was, I guess it was strange, like, you know, the direction we ended up going, you know, that ended up putting us on the underground. You know, sometimes it's a funny way things work out sometimes.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, cause you know, cause everybody we listen to is like mainstream artists. Like, you know, you talk about, you know, the NWAs, the Scarfaces, you know what I'm saying? You know, Tupac's and them, like, you know, all them, like LL, Daddy Kane, you know, you think about all them, like they was all, besides Ghetto Boy, really, like, you know, everybody, you know, got very mainstream success.
Right.
You know, or at least like everybody at a certain platform they wouldn't like, you know, and then I guess it was when like Esham, you know, came into the fold, like our first recollection of hearing Esham, I ended up, my homeboy was telling me about him. He was just like, man, it's this motherfucker named Esham. He bad as hell. He do his own beats. He write his own raps. He this and that. I'm like, he was like, man, this motherfucker is just as good as Scarface and Tupac. I said, man, you get the fuck out of here. That threw me off when he said that. It kind of threw me off. I'm like, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
And then I finally heard Esham. I'm like, this motherfucker is bad.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and when I heard him, and I heard how much he does with his own stuff, it was just like, he goes right in here with them, because you look at him like this, and then it was just like, from that point, we just, like we originally got going, like, us doing something with Esham was so far-fetched, like, at that time Esham was booming, so we was still in the hood. We, like, when we first really got started, like, people was just like, well, they didn't want to hear us, like, right? We used to always have our stuff, jotting, and then we go around to the neighborhood, they didn't want to hear us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, we don't hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we started with the Project Born. We built a group, Project Mob, which consisted of all of us in the neighborhood. It was about 15, 20 of us. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of us. Everybody was really good, though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was good. And it just, from that point, went up to another level and another level, So that's how we got the game Project Born. But that's kind of like like I guess where our mind was at that point when we was younger, before we even really got in the studio and start really putting it down. Like like that. Our mentality was like that. We just write and we record some shit on cassette. We just sell $2 cassettes around the neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
It's just like how I just really got started off, like, and then, we just, kind of grinded it out from there.
Oh yeah. Now, around what time was that when y'all made the name official though?
That had to be around 89, 90.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something like that. We had, I'm trying, like I said, it was just a humbug. It was a humbug how we ended up even getting together, because like I wasn't even rapping was so far away from me, like. I wasn't even thinking about rap.
Yeah.
That wasn't even in my plans at all. I went to Kentucky, and my uncle, he was rapping. He was just always rapping. He battled me off and, ate me up. I was trying to write one. And then when I moved back from Kentucky back to here, then I started writing again. And I started writing, and then I seen Punk, he had a pad. And we just like, man, let's just be a group. This is just a random thing. Like, we both was carrying the pad, like, and then we was like, fuck it, let's be a group. And we like be a group. And we look for a name. Then we finally got the Project Born name.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't get it because it was just like, rap was the farthest thing from my mind.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about doing no music, like you know what I'm saying. I was like a scholar going to school, trying to become a lawyer.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? That was my whole thing, was trying to become a lawyer. Like, and then music came, you know what I'm saying? So, and it was just like out of the blue. When I tell you this is the really out of the bluest thing, it really was out of the blue. Like, for me.
Me too. I wanted to be a hoop star.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we all play hoop in the hood,
Mm-hmm.
but that's Pistons. Like Isaiah Thomas was, favorite player. I just wanted to be like him. Get up out the hood.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about rap. Well, I was messing with it, but it wasn't a thought that I wanted to be what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
It never really came to fruition until after we dropped Losing. Like, we started going to the studio. We go in the studio. That's when Pine Cousin, Dirty, he started taking us to the studio. He was getting money, so he was taking us. We'd be in the studio all day. About 20 hours, do one song and just be drunk as hell. That was just the whole thing. Every time, like, we just do that, and then it like back then, like we first started recording on reels, so you make a mistake, you gotta start over.
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah,
So,
I never even dealt with that myself. Yeah,
Reels
I've seen them. I've heard of them.
Yeah, reels was a motherfucker. Like, they stick them on the ground. You go in, you start recording. If you fuck up, you got to start over.
Damn.
So it made you be on your game.
Right. I can see that. Yeah.
Made you be on your game because I was learning my stuff overnight. I was younger, my mind was a lot more crisp. Overnight, I was learning like the reels, and then even the ADATs. After that, we had to do the same thing.
Right.
ADAT, you had to run through them. There ain't no punch, none of that. Like, you had to run through them. So everything we did, like from back then, losing it, the whole goddamn Born Dead album, all that was like no punches.
Wow, that's fucking amazing, man.
Yeah, you had to go through and drop it. If you fucked up, you had to start. And then most of the time we was getting fucked up, so it was like it was a lot of fucking up. So that's probably why we was there for 20 hours. So, you know what I'm saying? So we started going to the studios, like we had like a whole album, like before we did Born Dead, like we put together this album. It didn't really kick into reality like until actually we got to after we dropped the Born Dead album. How big that this shit had started to get, like.
Yeah.
Even when we did the losing single, we had a little push, like, they started to get us notoriety. We're like, man, because everybody like that. The single, everybody, man, everybody said the same thing you said. Man, we banging that, man, in our headphones going to school, man, we got that losing, just boom, like that. Was banging, like I was 15. Everybody said the same story. I was 14, 15. They're like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, man, we used to bang that shit, man, going to school. I'm like, that's what's up. So, even when we dropped the losing single, we was like, okay, this is a good start. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we like, Esham was the hottest thing going at that time. So you could get Esham on your record, that was a jump start.
Right, yeah, hell yeah.
That was a jump start because, like, like we hadn't even, at that time, we hadn't even met ICP yet. We didn't even know them. We didn't even know them at all. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So we was like fucking with Esham for a good minute before then he brought ICP down here for us to do a show down here in Flint. We was all in the network, Esham, ICP. Doing, like, I didn't know who it was when I first met him, you know what I'm saying? Cool, you know what I'm saying? This what it was. And then, they invited us that night to do another show a few months later, which would be in Detroit. We took around for I say about a year after we dropped the losing single to really start getting the Born Dead album together, which originally wasn't going to be Born Dead. It was going to be called Forever In The Jects.
Right. I've heard bits and pieces about how this went down.
Yeah. So.
Not so.
Forever In The Jects was going to be rough. Though. It was going to be rough. Like, Forever In The Jects was really good. Like the song, the album, like the songs that going. We had like we was doing our stuff back then. We had we was already doing them skits. You know how they were take skits off of movies and stuff like that. We was doing that like way back then.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we was hitting them with them way back then. We
that was even before hearing Esham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We heard Esham before we started. We would start. Remember we did Untouchables. Took out Untouchables. Everybody took out a Scarface. I don't believe there's not one person that the main movie that was ever stole from was Scarface.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody took something from Scarface around that time. The original Scarface was doing it. You know what I'm saying? We had took some out before. Like I think before he was doing that, I believe, or we had heard it. So it was like, so we did it, and then we was like, we took that from. That's how we got that Go to War. We got most of our samples from that. Then we had this other song called Untouchable. Actually, we called Untouchables, and we took from the Untouchable movie. Yeah. And we was getting in. We just the original one. I could remember the intro to Born Dead was the beat to the song we had called Untouchable.
Okay.
And how the hell did they get that?
They just switched it up, right?
How did they get the beat? That was because they took that beat and
motherfuckers might got to take it.
Right. Right.
Right. How they get that beat?
Right. I didn't think about that until just now. Like, how the fuck did they get that beat? Because that was the original beat to the Untouchable song. Like, that was the original beat.
Which was on Forever In The Jects.
It was going to be on Forever In The Jects.
Right
But the beat that starts Born Dead, that does the best thing is not to be born. The intro.
Right, sure.
That beat is our Untouchable beat.
Weird.
How in the think about that? How in the fuck did I get that?
Right.
How the fuck did they get that to use that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was the original like Forever in the Jects was gonna be rough. It was gonna be rough. But it was like it was really good. Born Dead came out good. Born Dead was kind of a last minute rush project.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was 6 songs, but you know after we had with the tapes, they was kind of rushing to trying to get a project done for us to get it out.
Yeah.
So,
That's Psychopathic.
Yeah.
When you think about it, how did Let It Go get on there? Oh, that was done around the same time, wasn't it?
But Let It Go, we did Let It Go. Like we had Let It Go after that, like with their very
Bigger Balls was done.
Yeah, Pint, you know, he did that with them and Dirk had that info already, had all that stuff on already. Then we did Go to War. Like we did most of them songs. Like we did, I wouldn't say, like we did them like kind of like right on like kind of on the spot. Like we took that we did. Cause I remember we did the Go to War, and then Jay and Shag was down there. Shag did some on the Go to War.
Oh really?
Yeah. He did this out kind of like an outro joint, like you know what you're doing here. You go in that high pitched voice stuff.
Yeah.
It was this Shag up in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm saying you want to get another Flint motherfucker, get your ass cooked. You know what I'm saying? He was like that. You know what I'm saying? He was doing that like on the end of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was like it was fresh as hell, and then we ended up still, for some reason we ended up not even using it on the record. That didn't make sense. That was dumb as shit, but we should have used that. And then we did that, and then we got the Graveyard. Like they did their verses, sent them to us. We went. As a matter of fact, King picked us up, took us to Mike Clark house, and we did Graveyard.
At the Fun House, huh?
Yeah, Mike Clark is a genius, man. This fucker's a genius. Man.
Absolutely, I agree.
He is like we did Graveyard, we did from the get-go with Mike Clark, and it was like they would drop us all over there, and we just go there with Mike Clark, and we'd be in there making magic. Like we all, me, him, and Pine would just put our heads together to kind of come up with ideas for these tracks. It was like from the get-go at times. So we was like, man, well you be the cop, and we're gonna do this, and you say, and you take this and take that, and like Mike Clark was good. You see like. I don't know where the hell who we got to sing on that. From the get-go, you're fucked. I don't know who, he had some lady sing on there for us.
A lot of people probably don't know that's him from the get-go.
Right.
I mean, not on the beginning of it.
Yeah.
That was Mike
He
Clark.
was the cop.
No, the cop?
Like, yeah,
No, I had no idea. Like, I was wondering who that was.
I saw you selling dope. I saw you selling
dope.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. We sit there, man, for a minute, and we put that, and we implement that little skit together. Like, we put that skit together, and it was just like, it was just like magic. Like, cause you get like, these keen minds all in the studio together. It's like, we working, like, and then we like, no, this is Mike Clark. At that time, we didn't know, like to the magnitude of how who Mike Clark really was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We knew he was doing record out there. This is the recording guys of ICP, And we didn't know to the magnitude, like, of working with Mike Clark of, this is fucking Mike Clark, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It registered now because how Mike Clark was built up, when he was doing all the ICP records. But
right.
like at that point, we deal with a lot of few studios around Flint and just and working with Mike Clark, but to say Mike Clark's name to the degree he ended up becoming is it was just a blessing working with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to, then you sit back and you take in everything that you sit there and work with him with. You're like, he was fucking Mike Clark.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just managed to walk around. Hold on, he got all these records here, and he pulled this and he would do that. He would Mark. He was just like that. Mike Clark he just had it up there like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He always seemed to find the proper thing to go at every spot. He just always did. I don't know where he got that sample for the intro.
Oh, I know. The samples that he would pull are awesome, and the music was completely fucking original. I remember as a kid hearing the early ICP stuff, Ringmaster and Riddlebox, and just being like, what the, where is this music coming from? Never heard nothing like these beats, you know what I mean? And still really not, Mikey Clark is a fucking genius for sure. That's so sick y'all got to work with him.
Clark was the way he worked. You had to be you be there and you just see how how he moves about the room and how he implements ideas in to help you get the best out of the product. Sometimes you get engineers and they just sit there. They don't say nothing, like they don't input nothing, like they'll see you like this being that, and they won't even help me. Man, you should try. And, he was in there like me, him, and Pine was like we formed together, and like we all shoot idea, he shoot idea, we shoot idea, and we put it together to come back, the way it did. Like when we did Graveyard was mostly put together already. Jay and them had tried their versions. They sent it to us, and we listened to it. Like, man, y'all like this? I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it. It's like, because even out of all the skit shit that we did, like we never had nothing like as animated as Graveyard was. Like Graveyard was really animated. Like when you see how it start off, they the king of doing their own skits.
Yeah.
They do their own skits, so it was like when they were doing that, I'm just listening like it's just fucking ingenious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like then you think like from where they was then like where they're at right now, you think like everybody like, man, ICP, like, man, we got to work with ICP before they became like really huge.
Right.
So it was like it was raw.
No, you guys are like part of the puzzle for the early ICP. It's like it's literally like a puzzle. You like pieces come and you're like, oh hell yeah, and you start checking this artist because of that or whatever. That's how I found you guys initially. Was I heard Graveyard on Forgotten Freshness. Then when I was at Hot Heads, saw the tape, I was like, need this, like, and it's been on since then, so that's sick. So like, what were some of, like, I know you mentioned, Scarface, NWA stuff, but who were some of your early inspirations musically, both of you guys?
Q, Rakim, Tupac, all the old school rappers and all that. Kane.
Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane. Ain't no half
Rap.
LL,
Yep.
Like, who's that? What's his name? Like, what like my uncle used to just play all the music, and we would kind of take his taste on. I was like the MC Ren and Daddy Kane. Them were two of my favorite lyricists. You know what I'm saying? From back then, it was like, and then Scarface. This is before even I even became a Tupac fan. Tupac became my favorite. But over the time, like Tupac hadn't really, I don't think hit the scene as hard. Like when I really started to get in music, like that, it was the Bad album, Rock the Bells, Rakim, he had a follow leader in that with every president, what paid him full album, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like when they started doing them, and then you like DOC, NWA straight out of Compton, like all of them start coming. It was just like, it was so much music, Eazy-E, it was all that started coming, and you think like, okay, how do we jump into the midst of it and take, our little pieces from music that they did. If you listen to a rap like back in the day, you will see how we kind of took from their styles. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's how you can tell like how you've been influenced, because you'll take some of like I listen, like you listen to some of our older stuff, you'll see how some of their styles were influenced, by them. So whoever you thought was your favorite, you would try to, copy their style. I just I was a big MC Ren guy, man. That was my guy, him and Daddy Kane. I love, they were my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then like just a music started to come along. You see Tupac come, Tupac just came like, his steps coming up. And I think I just really got on the Tupac part, representing against the world. And, you hear Tupac, and then, the music started evolving. We kind of get into the scene, and then boom, when we come, like, when I used to the Dayton family, like, the Dayton family wasn't even out, like, they didn't have the record out. But we know that back then they had a lot of fucking demos all over. Like, people had these demos, these cassettes, and they would have these demos. The Dayton family had a bunch of them going around the city.
Oh yeah.
They had a hot demos going around the city. Them, Jake, and I would listen to them. Dayton family, like, you know, I listen to them a lot, like, you know, on their little demos, like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, in the midst of us, you know, trying to put together our demos, you know, we listen to them, like, and then it was just like, and Breed came.
Big Breed, R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace, him. He was the super pioneer of Flint. He was the guy that put Flint on the map as far as music goes.
Right.
You know, outside, you know, Ready for the World. You know, as far as we talking about music and rap, like music. You know, Ready for the World, they hit them scene with the R&B. They you know, they took off good, but Breed was Flint Rap.
Oh yeah, and you still. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying you still hear Breed on the radio in Detroit regularly. You know, they'll play "Ain't No Future in Your Front." And, you know,
Yeah,
pretty.
he was so nice, man. He was so nice with the pen.
Yeah.
He was so nice with the pen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we got to work with him, it was just like, you know, sometimes like, you try to stay humble, but you was like, this is fucking MC Breed. Like, you know, kind of like it was with Esham. Like, you know, you try to, you know, you stay humble but act like you belong. But it'd be hard out like this. Like, this is fucking Breed. This is fucking Esham. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just like, these are motherfuckers that you heard. You see them, you know, make a move on another level, and then you just like, you get to work with them. It's like, I don't know, man. It's hard not to be looking and see how they work. Breed he was quick with the pen. He was nice. And he tried to beat Breed down there, like, man, he on it. That beat, and he go in there and drop the hook. I get buck with it before I even get in the club. Like, it just, like, you know what I'm saying? It just, Breed was a natural.
Oh,
It seemed like he just, I don't know, Breed, Esham, them two, I think they was next level. Breed for him putting the city on, and he took off like no other. So he set the pavement for everybody else to do it. Or everybody that came after him, you know, he set the path for all of us to come up. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm glad he did, because there's a lot of good music coming out of Flair, has been for many years, you know, like you guys, and, you know, Dayton Family, Take the Flake, Top Authority,
yeah, you think, but it's a lot of people
Hippies.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who didn't even get to lead city. There's a lot of good stuff that didn't get to lead it, like, you know, Scambino Mob was
sure.
really good. Like,
Scanless.
Yeah, yep, and it was like a lot. It was like a bunch of what are they? Gang.
DOA.
Yep, DOA.
DOA, sure.
Yeah,
Chicken
like,
Bone.
Yep, Chicken Bone. Man, the rap scene like down here was so good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes like when you do get in there, like like being in an environment, like if you don't get caught up and if you don't get it to blow quick in music, you're gonna go hustling. You just start hustling.
Right.
You know, that kind of take you off your path.
For sure.
You know, so that's kind of how it went. I think with most of them down here, like they get them from. There's been some hot records that been in the city where you playing in the city, and it's like you playing somebody like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You'll go to the club and they had some records in there. A Man Money Grip had a nice joint. That Fuck 'Em. He, you know, rest in peace to him. He just passed. That was like one of them joints you play in the club. Like, it'd be like you playing Jay-Z. But then the club around here, that was one. It was a hot ass track. I give him to him. It was hotter than a motherfucker. I'm sitting back. I used to listen to it like, man, that's a hit right there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta have a proper management to make all of it come together.
Right. Yeah, it's a shame that a lot of the Flint Rap did not get heard in its prime, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are gone and not doing this stuff anymore, or whatever the reason is, but it's a shame, you know, because, like, it's just a lot of good music. Like, people really need to look into all the side stuff. And you mentioned something earlier about, you know, Project Mob. Are there any albums of that in existence? Like, I've seen, like, stuff on, like, Jack the Reaper and stuff.
We had a couple little mixtapes we had did back in the day, man, but we ain't got no album out, though.
Yeah.
We did two mixtapes, I know, all together. And we did, like, just a bunch of songs. We was going to come out with a record. But you heard, like, you know, we did on, I think it was around Jack the Reaper. We did Untouchable Project Niggas. That was on Jack the Reaper, and then Foster Family was on
Naturally, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like, and I'm talking about, that was like they was the youngest. Like when they were 14, 15, right? When cheating them about 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? They were like, and we had a whole crew, like I'm talking about really good ones. My man Straight Shooter passed, rest in peace to him. He was really good. I'm talking about really good, like really good. Like, they had a group called was it Massacre? Massacre. Him and my homeboy Neat. He was named Charles Manson at the time, and they was really good. Really good. Like, and
we had a whole crew.
We had a spirit, really good spirit. Like you look go back and listen to like some of this old music we had, like we all had together, everybody was doing like you'd be like, man, what the fuck? Like it was just so far ahead of its time. You know, cause like after we was coming up and we was like trying to pass the game down, but we just all come together, sit at the table and just flow.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We get in the studio and just flow. We go to the studio a couple times a week. As a group, we in the studio 15 people.
That's
easy,
what's up.
15 people in the studio at all times.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear some of that shit. I don't know, you guys have any of it? Those old Project Mob mixtapes at all?
Where somewhere around here.
Where do we get them pressed at? You might get some pressed and we send them out, do them
I
out.
think I got them from what's it down there called?
Presses?
In the Mix.
Oh, in the mix. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's see if they still got them up in there.
Yeah, I'd be very curious to
It's
hear
a
that.
long ago.
Yeah, probably. Now, so how did you guys get linked up with Esham?
We was actually like after we did the first version of Lulu, that's how we came with the idea to even, I'll let Esham about doing the record. So we listened to it coming home, like, man, Esham is good on here. So our people ended up getting in touch with Esham people. And was like, okay, to pay them to do a show. So they came down, did a show down here. It was all at the Capitol. This was, I believe, like one of our first shows, like when we really got to rock out, like do a whole set. So, thanks for long. Oh, yeah, to do a whole set.
No, still going.
To do a whole set. So we got down there, we got out there, we rocking. I was like, oh yeah, we rocked out like this. That motherfucker Esham came through and shut that down. I'm talking about this is when Kill the Fetus was out blasting me, like, he was in rare form, in his prime.
Yeah.
Like him and Otis came together, so they clowned out, like it was fucking, sometimes we on this, like fans, like, oh, like this one, he was rocking.
Oh yeah.
So he was doing all the Killer, that's when Killer Feet was in, he was in super prime mode.
Yeah.
At that time. He's in super prime mode.
I've seen some videos of that era that the shows were just packed and the people were fucking with it, man, like.
Man, that used to be the life, like he was like, he started, so after we did the show, then I say about 2-3 weeks later, they got to him like doing the track, so they got him, cast him out whatever he wanted for the track, and we ended up going up to Detroit, to the spot called The Disc.
Oh yeah.
In Detroit, which is, well-known studio in Detroit. We get up there. This is our first time ever meeting them. We come in like we already got the Losing record, so I guess we shot the Losing record to him, and like he gonna come with a beat to do the remix, something similar to the same tempo, so everything. So we come in, so like, he's right there, like. And he's like, this is fucking Esham. So, like, we got another one, some real moments, but you gotta stay humble. Man, because you done listened to him for so long, so it's like you're a fan.
Right.
So, we act like we belong a little bit, get in there, and we, drop our stuff, and he dropped his stuff, and, he would go around. Esham was good, was great around the studio, too. He'd go in, and he was, put the beat on, we sitting there, like, oh, this beat's nasty, like, he go around, he find this little tambourine, shakes that one, puts that on this, and he was another one who was like that. He was just on it, like, what I'm saying? He was in the Commander studio, so we like, started fucking with him from that point on. After that, we just started, having a good rapport. We do a bunch of shows together. They come here to Flint, you know, shit like that. We did most of our shows like we did here in Flint or some shit like that, Detroit. You know, we started, you know, connect on, which I thought at some point we was gonna, you know, go with real life. You know, I thought that was, you know, originally I thought that was gonna be the plan. Like, you know, we was talking to him about doing something, and I don't know, it just didn't come together. Then you know, we met ICP and Mr. Dylan Esham. We met ICP. We brought ICP down here, and we did the show in Flint, and we met them. And you know how psychopathic is. They never want us to not pounce on the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, kind of how I guess I put it like. I guess Jaden had heard about it before. They had been, you know, scouring a little bit, and they doing some research, and then they heard about it. So I think like kind of when we first met with them, I think they had already heard about it.
Yeah, Jay said he had got the tape from Wired Earth.
Yeah, so he got the tape from Wired Earth, and he was like, you know, he listened to it like, man, he said, you know, they'd already heard about us, but I had never heard about them before. You know, Psychopath, they know how to pounce on the opportunity. I think, you know, when Esham was over them, it just like, you know, and then they knew like they gave Esham, I guess, an ample amount of time to, you know, to do something. And then when you know, it seemed like, you know, it wasn't really happening, like then they came and was like, man, look, and they presented what they wanted to do on the table, you know what I'm saying? It was like cool, like okay. And we ended up going to Psychopathic. Like when we was Psychopathic, when what's the name was the man on Psychopathic?
Alex? Yeah, sure.
This was a cool motherfucker. He was cool. He just, I don't know, some days he looked a little weird at times, but he was cool as shit. Like, I wouldn't, like we were with them, like, anytime we go in with them, he'd tell me, like, man, your money ain't no good. We paid for everything. You know what I'm saying? They was just, whatever we call them, they was good. That was just, you know, the way they worked. Like, Alex, being his like, we went on the Psychopathic. You know, that was kind of how this shit jumped off.
Yeah.
We started working with them.
Oh yeah.
So it was like, then like when we originally we got with them, it was just like, no, we go in, they come down here, we just go down here, they come down here, you know, see what we on, take us up there to Mike Clark, you know, until we got Born Dead together. Born Dead came together, okay, we got this we're gonna do. Shaggy did the artwork, you know, and like, you know, this was it. We call Born Dead. They put together the album name and everything. Like, you know, they guess they seen a vision.
Oh yeah.
And they put us to it. Like, and then we like, oh, we put the Luther on there, put Graveyard on there, and then, you know, put our other tracks on there, and then put on package and go. And then it was just like, at that point, 95, when I still dropped, and somebody come in, man, y'all in the newspaper, because back then, the charts would be in the newspaper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they always had the top 10 in the newspaper. So, you know, every time, like, I think it was like Sunday or something, they had the charts up there. So I'm like, so then somebody come, man, y'all in the newspaper. Like,
oh yeah.
Boom, we on the charts. Like, oh.
That's the shit.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Like, you know, so, you know, we kind of stayed around the charts all the time when Born Dead came out. We were just regionally, like, you know what I'm saying? And then, saying like our sound skins from Detroit, and like we'd be over, like we'd be Snoop Dogg or Tupac and beyond, but we'd be past them on the chart in Detroit. I'm like, that's some fucking shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You like, you know, these people that you grew up listening to, like, you're on the charts above them.
That's so sick.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like when Born Dead came out, it was crazy because I went to the mall. And all these people come from, like wrestling. Like little white kids, you know what I'm saying? They was I'm like, the fuck? You know, back then, like, we'd be into it, like, we couldn't, like, just go to the mall, like, back then, it was so, like, you'd be into it at different times of town, so it's like, so when you see a bunch of people wrestling, you be like, what the fuck y'all doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up, like, the thing was, the weekend before they dropped, next weekend, I would go to the mall, and it was just like, I flock of people. And just, I had to sit down and take an hour out of my time to talk like, with them, you know what I'm saying? So I sit up and just talk niggas with me like, you know, with the glossy, like a superstar.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? We had just dropped this record, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't done nothing really, nothing like how we have done almost 30 years now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it was, I knew we was on to something at that point. That was the point that I really realized that we're on to something. I'm like, all these fucking kids is rushing on. I said, man, we doing something right. Like, you don't get no frenzy like that on just no bull. Like,
For sure.
you know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm sitting there like, whoa. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was surreal, like, because I'm sitting there like, me, like, I'm just one regular from the hood. It was just crazy, like, I knew at that point, like, we're on to something. Like, we're on to something big, like, if we execute right, we can do something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and Born Dead was our you know, losing single was a good step, but Born Dead was our main push-up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That thrust us right into the underground with the ICPs and Esham. You know what I'm saying? Like then it's like, you know, it was them, us. You know, we was like the main ones really in the underground at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Everybody else was like they were in the underground working, like, you know, working their way up, but they hadn't got to that point yet, like to where we at. When we dropped Born Dead, that put us on that shelf with them.
Right.
And when people, man, that's them, and that's them, like, you know, Project Born Esham, ICP. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people like who were still young coming up on the underground that wasn't old enough.
Right.
Wasn't coming up. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like when you see, like, then you start to see everybody, like, you know, the House of Crazy was going for a while. Like it's a bunch of like underground acts that was going, like, coming up, but they hadn't got on the shelf yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of those cats didn't, you know, I mean, like, you know, like KGP, Bedlam, stuff like that. I mean, they were like opening shows for ICP, but they never were like on a track, you know what I mean? Like, you guys were like, I remember when I was looking, you know, it was ICP and Esham is what I found first as a kid, you know, and then you just wanted to see anybody else that was working with these cats because you wanted to hear what, because you were just, I was blown, my mind was blown, you know, by hearing that shit, and like back in the day, and like, so I wanted to soak up everything that was involved, and like really it was Project Born was like the next step, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for real.
The ICP, like, they just don't work with anybody. They gotta have a reason to work with you.
Right.
They don't work with just anybody. The way they work is like, you gotta be there. You gotta have a buzz. You gotta have a one. They look for that buzz. You gotta be doing something. You gotta be like just real cool with them. Like they just ain't dropping for anybody.
Right.
They don't do that. You got for them to drop a record with you. You gotta be like, you gotta be somebody, or you gotta have a buzz or something. You know what I'm saying? And then when we originally started it, it's like, and they did a Graveyard. They knew what it is. I when I heard Graveyard, I'm like, it was an exceptional record. I knew that was going to be an underground shaker, like Graveyard was going to do. They just don't do records with anybody.
No, definitely not.
No, just anybody. So that was, you know, for us to get 1, 2, 4 out of them, you know what I'm saying? That was like, but you got 2 off on Born Dead 3.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't do records with anybody. They just, hey man, you drop this record, man. Don't worry about it. Got you. Send the record. Boom. Send the record. Boom. When they did fuck with me, hey man, you know, and I hadn't seen or heard from him like in a while, but it was just like I seen him, I got a contact, and then I just like, hey man, drop this record for us. Hey man, send me the record. You know what I'm saying?
That's sick.
Boom, send the record. They go in there, they put the little thing on it, we drop it. You know, the rest is history.
Hell yeah. That's fucking phenomenal, seriously. So, like, you know, you're saying, like, you know, they're bringing ICP out for shows and shit like that. Where was the first Project Born show at? Like, the venue?
First ever show?
Yeah.
That was the Capitol. I think the real major, like, show. Like, we did, like, talent shows. Back when we was younger, like, we did this one talent show, which was the neighborhood, like, they Carbon Road School. And we was like, and we done went and got our little outfits and this thing. We had never, I think, performed at all. We have this guy, he played the keyboard. He played it live for the music live.
Oh yeah.
So it's like we on the keyboard like
Jumba.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man, if he fucks up, you know what I'm saying, we all. So
Yeah, you don't see that every day, for
right.
real. Like,
He was playing,
that's
I'm talking about,
it.
he played that boy and was on point. We came out there, boy, rocked, and we ended up winning. The talent show. I think it was like we had home court advantage though, because we was in our own neighborhood and our own thing. Because actually, to me, if I was a judge and I would have, these one girls up there and they were bad as them mother, but they was singing their asses off.
Yeah.
It was great, dude. They should have won. I would, for me personally, I might would have gave it to them. They were really, really good. I'm talking about they were really good. Like, I'm sitting there like, man, they was blowing. And my vote probably went to them. We was really good, but we was at home and we was just excited. We had so much energy. We were young. This was like first time really, really performing like that. And then we performing. The degree of difficulty, I guess, was I don't know, it had to be brought in because my man was he was there playing like nigga, if you fuck this up, man, you fuck. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he played that boy live. He was great.
Wow.
I'm like, man, that was classic, wild. Man. That was classic. Like, the energy we had, we were so young, like, we just ready to do it. And I don't think I slept for a couple of days before, like, it's our first time really going at it. Like, we go out there and we gave it all this boom. And it's like, oh, like, man, it was great, man. Them was days of doing it, like, it was so much funner doing it, like then, everything was so original. Like, it was just, I don't know, man. I was, like, back then it was way, way, way better. It just felt, the energy was better.
Yeah.
You know, now everybody who can pick up a mic is rap.
Sure.
If you can get a computer and a mic, you can rap.
Right.
Be a rapper. And then you, like, y'all don't give a damn, you can put up the dumbest shit and blow. You know what I'm saying? You can get a record and it can be the dumbest shit ever, and that shit will blow.
Right. It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
But still, there's nobody that sounds like you guys. Like, I've listened to, thousands of rap artists in my time. I'm a, major fan since I was 5 years old of, rap music, and there is nobody out there that sounds like Project One. Like, straight up. Like, you guys got a unique, original thing, and, I can see why you kept going with it, because when you felt that moment when you're like, we got something going, I can see why, because there's straight up is nothing like it. Like, so, let's see. So, what can you tell me, like, about your first, like, tour? When was that,
Is that the Twiztid tour? Is that our first tour?
Yep.
Yeah, 08.
Really doing a back to back. We did a bunch of shows, like, all over, but we had never, like, strung that many shows in a row.
And that was a good experience, man. A great experience, man. Just to hit all those different states, man.
Oh, I bet, man. Oh, yeah.
You kick your ass doing that. Like, you just think like it's all funny. Everybody thinks like touring is just fun. Like this, this party, it's all this liquor. Like, you do that and you gotta perform the next night.
Right.
You in trouble. Like, and then like the climate changes, so you're gonna get sick somewhere in there.
For sure.
I remember I was in bed like 2 days. You wouldn't even notice I go out perform like it was nothing. Yeah, I get back, go right in the bed, NyQuil.
Yeah.
Get up, roll, get to the next spot, and it's like out the gate, like we start off like 9 in a row. We thinking like, we had the thought, I guess it was, bitch, you gonna go perform, it's nothing, it's cool, it's nothing. Shit, them first 9 days kicked our ass.
I think then we had an 11-day stretch one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That shit wore you out.
Like we got like a day off, we get like a day off, maybe day, 2 days, maybe. And then we'll run 9, 10, 11 straight. You know what I'm saying? Then we might get a day off. It'd be less than like, we got the day off to drive from Florida to Houston. Go Florida to Texas.
Well, switch.
Okay. Then you're living out of a suitcase, a trailer, or whatever we had.
Right.
For 40 days.
40 days.
Off for 40 days.
Damn.
35 shows, but
Damn. Still though, I've never done more than a 2-week tour for my project, and I could not imagine 40 days, man. Like, that's
35 days and 38 nights. So
Wow.
you get 3 days off of that, and 4 off of one, about a little bit over a month. Like,
Wow.
And you get that one day where you go, hey, fuck it, you gotta wash, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You know, you gotta, God forbid you don't get sick. Then you think it's 7 of us in a thing, so we all gotta wash. We all gotta do this. We all gotta, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I try to get like, by like 30, 35, 38 white tees, 38 pair of dog. You know what I'm saying? So I won't have to wash as much. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the bag, throw the shit in the trailer, roll, and then, you know, like, you know, then the unexpected, you know, car breaks down and shit like that. Like, yeah, so much unexpected shit that happens, like, and just like, you know, but it was a hell of an experience though. We went and we rocked out good.
That's sick. That's cool as hell. For real. You guys, have you done any shows overseas?
No.
No.
I can't get overseas.
I
If I could, then shoot, I'd been over there.
Yeah, well, nowadays we can't go over nowhere, you know, with the COVID shit.
I
But
want to do Canada. Everybody say Canada's so lit, like.
It's sick. I've done a couple shows over there. Like, I could probably get y'all some shows over there when shit gets back going.
Get over there.
Let's make it happen.
I can't
for
get
real.
over there.
Oh, you can't get. Okay.
Remember the one dude we talked to, he's like trying to get his show in Canada. And I said, I was like, man, I said, I had felonies some of the time. And then he said, man, let me go check on it and see what, and I'll get back at you. Then he hit me back like, man, get you a good lawyer.
Right on. Shit.
Then, like, you know, then I heard like if you owe child support, you can't go over the border. You can't go to Canada. You can't go overseas. Like if you really owe child support like that, you can't leave the country. You can't leave the country. I guess they looking at it as like, how do you get the money to go overseas? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they had all the restrictions. Really, you can't get across that border.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think what he's talking about, I guess psychopathic, they were some work. I guess they were doing work visa or work visa or something like that. You know, if you got good lawyers, you could probably get through it. You know what I'm saying? But you better have some good ones.
Yeah.
You got some money and good lawyers, you can get over it. You know, but I ain't got either. So, you know, and it's like I always try to tell people like, at some point like when we started to do like some recent records, like we try to like break it down. It's like this thing. Like just think if you just sit up in this and then right here, like and wrote every day. Just look. This is about what it looked like when we was younger. The basement, you know, kind of these little panels, shit like that. You know, this is how imagine how much you can really pull about it. If you sit in it, you know, like, and then you think like, especially with writing style, like as you come up, as you get older, like everybody knows like your styles change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We always stay rough around the edges because we lived in the projects. You know what I'm saying? When you be poor, or you broke, or you've been in broke situations, it's like that's all you know. Survival.
Right.
Survival is all I know since I was little. You know what I'm saying? I was yay high. It was always about survival, like, and it's still survival. I still stay on survival mode. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
Got it, man.
It's just that's just in me. And then this, I don't know. And then you know, kind of what you know, really, I guess spending more than anything was like drugs. To sell drugs was a gift and a curse. To be able to sell drugs, it was a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? It got in my felonies, but it helped get me out of poverty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a gift and a curse. I call it doing the right thing for the wrong reason.
Right.
Or doing the wrong thing for the right reason. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So it's like, and that kind of changed the way that your pen goes. Your pen goes as you go.
Right.
You get a little bit more money, and you ain't as broke. You don't write as hungry. You see how you see like a lot of artists who are really good trying to get on, you know, and then when they start getting rich, then they start writing about all this stuff that niggas from the hood don't know nothing about.
Yeah, you can't relate to it.
Right,
Yeah.
but they millionaires by now and they can talk, man, we got Rolls Royces and this and that. You're like, shh, I can't tell you what the inside of Rolls Royce look like.
Right, same.
You know what I'm saying? Or I can tell you about, you know, being able to have this luxury or you know, $1 million crib or something like that. You know, that's not a luxury. So it's hard for me to even be able to speak on it. or even, I ain't gonna say you don't understand it, because I don't think nobody in their mind has it visualized at some point. Like, man, if I get, or we get rich, they visualize what they want, and $1 million homes or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? But I tell them, like, so much even about being rich, like, shit, ain't even so much about how much you get. It's kind of more how much you give that makes you rich.
No, I agree with that totally.
The mentality of it, like, you know, and I ain't even talking monetary all the time. It could be just your time. It could be a conversation you have with somebody who's on the edge who really needs somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know, and that'd be the big key with a lot of things. A lot of people get caught up in the monetary thing of how things work, and they run with that. They run with, and if I get this money. Like, you think there are rich people who have blown their own brains out.
Right. Money can't buy everything.
Money don't buy everything. Can't buy you happiness. Can't buy you love. Can't buy you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is.
Right. No, I agree with that. So like, you know, what's really the difference between, you know, Flint Rap and Detroit Rap in y'all's opinion, you know?
It's all, you know what I'm saying, it's from the streets, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, man, I mean, they doing like a little different music now. Some of the Flint artists, new artists is doing sounding, you know what I'm saying, doing pretty much that, but it's kind of like the same, man. Everybody went through the same struggle, pretty much. An hour away from each other.
Right.
So we was always out in Detroit back in the day. Always going to Hot Hits or going somewhere to St. Andrews or, you know what I'm saying, so I don't see too much different.
This is Detroit, we're just a bigger
market. City. Yeah, bigger market.
It's a bigger market, like, you know what I'm saying? In Detroit, it was a little bit, I would say they was a little bit, they were both cities grinding as hell. But Detroit being on a bigger market, I guess, they kind of got, you know, the reputation of being hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Detroit was just that, you know. Flint, you know, as time became, you know, Flint became that way. I mean, I think the economy started to make it there. You know, we used to have shops back here back in the day, like where that money was flowing. It wasn't as violent. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a fight here and there, but people weren't killing people like they do now. Like, you know, and you switch the economy on a bunch of hungry people, they're gonna react. You switch the water thing on and let bad water get into, you know, kids' brains, you know, you're gonna get changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you see the uptick in violence in Flint now. Like, it's just crazy. Every other day, then you're gonna see a dead body somewhere. Like, and they be young babies. You know what I'm saying? You be babies, 20-year-old kids, and you know, you just be like, what has started this? Why? How did it have to come to this from Flint being what it was to what it is now? It just doesn't make sense. But you know, when you got other people, you know, running, playing puppet maybe with your life, it's gonna happen that way.
Right.
That's kind of how, like, I guess, I don't know, you know, the leader from Detroit, you know, some of the things, you know, the people here in Detroit, you know, and Flint, you know, they dropped the ball somewhere. So that makes Flint and Detroit react the way they have, the people, you know what I'm saying? It's the people that do that, like, but it all starts from the top.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? However whatever they do, they just get a reaction. And then they complain about the reaction they get. Like, oh, y'all made this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I see, finally, Rick Snyder and his fucking team's been charged.
Yeah, but they didn't charge Snyder with nothing, a misdemeanor.
That's it?
A misdemeanor, what was it? It was something, it was the biggest level on the wrist there. They might have just left him alone. They might have just left him alone. The charge was so light, it wasn't nothing where he gonna get 1 day in jail, no probation, nothing.
Oh, fuck
It was so light, I forgot what it was. It was a misdemeanor something. That's all he got.
Damn, that's fucked up. I heard he got charged. I thought it was more than that. That's, you know, there's people out there doing fucking nothing, getting life, and fucking this motherfucker's just killing off people with his fucking ignorance and shit. And like,
and they still working on the water. Like, they still haven't got all the way together, man. It's a plan. Like, you gotta look at the plan that's in place. Like, they figure like, well, if we damage the water, it's gonna be a lot of people gonna move out of here. Which did. A lot of people did move. A lot of people stayed though.
Right.
You know, and the thing about that was, I guess they figure like if we get them out of here because I think they're gonna make Flint a college town. Like all these colleges downtown they building, you know, so they got, you know, U of M, Flint has a spot down there. And then, you know, they got my college and they got Kettering, and they got like branches of Ferris and all that down there. Like, you know what I'm saying? You go downtown, it's beautiful. Like, you just be like, the fuck, like, man, they Flint is not that. And then you go a block either way, you're in the hood.
Right, yeah.
Either way, you leave downtown, a block either way, you're gonna be in the hood. Like, and that's the way it is. But they beautified that whole downtown. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they started to do like that, like if they really did something with the economy, like it would change. But they don't want it to change. They want everybody to get the hell out. Yeah. So like, fuck, we let them kill each other. We let the water kill them. We let the water work on them. You know what I'm saying? The water's gonna work on them. Then they finally switch the water back. But the pipes are fucked up. So, like, you know, we go all day about that.
Right.
It's nothing. It's something that they're not gonna change. Like, they don't want to. Too much money involved with colleges coming here. You think they care about Flint? Like,
to use some of that money to fix the damn water. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's some bullshit, man.
Think about it, man. It's predominantly black and poor. I think them is two bad things. Like, it's a poor, black city. They don't give a shit about that. They'd have been Rochester. Motherfucker, water would be fixed the next week.
Right.
In a heartbeat.
Not lying though, man.
If it been Rochester, would have been Red Door, would have been fixed the next week. We've been on we're going on 7 years.
Right. Right
now, still dealing with it. I can take you upstairs to my goddamn bathroom. You turn that bathroom water sometimes it smell like the damn sewer. Like, it just stinks as soon as you turn it on. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, man, it's just like poor and black. And they're going to look right over you.
Yeah, that ain't cool at all, though.
Yeah,
seriously.
But that's just part of the game that they play up top. The rich folks don't care. Like, you ain't got no, they don't even put the, how? You took all the shops out of here, so how's the economy? It's going to make them violent, throw that water in there, make them more violent. So you take away the money and you try to do something to their brain, you got the Flint it is, what it is today.
Right.
People shooting like they crazy. So, then a pandemic. So then a water crisis. Right. That's just, man, you can go on forever about that, but you know, people up top don't care. They go home and sleep good every day. But they don't care nothing about us scratching at the bottom.
Right.
Nobody scratching the bottom makes no difference to them. They don't care. I don't care what side of the coin you fall on, Republican, Democrat. I don't care what side you fall on. They don't care. They're going to give you so much, and then they're going to give you just enough to wet your lips. They're never going to give you enough to get over that hump.
Right.
They keep you right where they really need you, because they need them votes from you. So they can throw you another bone and bring you back in.
Man, the whole system just needs to be fucking wiped out or started over some new shit, seriously.
Man, you know, and you know the crazy part is, you know how they say, man, how do we split apart? Like, how does it say, well, shit, it's separated at the top, Democrat, Republicans. That's separation right there. How is y'all gonna ask everybody to come together, but you motherfuckers, y'all can't come to grips on one thing.
Yeah, right,
at the top. Yo, these motherfuckers, every Republican voted against the damn new bill, the new stimulus package. Every one of them. Then none of them motherfuckers say, well, y'all deserve nothing else. Not one of them motherfuckers had enough to say, you know what? These people out here, they starving. We got to help them. Right. They all said no. But just so happened that the Democrats got the control of the Senate and the House now. If McConnell would have been up there, we wouldn't have got the stimulus bill that just kicked in. It wouldn't even happen. None of them motherfuckers said yes. Yeah. None, not one. How can you go home later? And then the peanuts they throwing out to you, they think they doing something for you. They're throwing out peanuts. Right. They doing billions to other countries.
I'd like to see them make it on this shit. You know, like it's.
They kill themselves. Yeah. You see a lot of people who be rich and they lose their whole fortune. They kill themselves. Right. They can't handle coming from the bottom. Right. See, I started from the bottom. I'm used to being broke. So being broke ain't nothing. Same. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You be broke like shit. Fuck it. I've been broke before, so this is nothing new to me. Right. You know how to adjust. Like, that's just part of life. Like, It just doesn't turn out sometimes.
Nah, karma's real though. It'll get those fools seriously. You know, when they're most comfortable in their beds, fucking, you know, like it's
in due time.
You know, man. So, you know, who are some of the artists out of Flint and elsewhere that you guys have collaborated with?
A lot of people, man.
That list is long.
Bizarre, Scum,
Blasi, Ouija,
Schizo,
ABK,
Bedlam,
Bedlam, Red Rum.
A lot of other people, like other people who,
Genosha X.
yeah.
Oh hell yeah,
Her,
she's dope.
what else we got on that?
Sarah,
LaPert.
Yeah. Only one cat dude named Below Rock Bottom. They I think they are from the East Coast. We did some like we go through like all the features we have done. It's so many.
Like B-side, the joke, Roast Joker.
Yeah.
Man, the list, we got so many.
Oh yeah.
Hoodoo, not the big Hoodoo, that my homeboy Hoodoo.
Okay, yeah.
Like we did so many features. Like man, sometimes I do sit back and listen to some of the features that we did cause like I be having still in my email and I just play them and sit back like the people we did records with. I be like, man, like I forgot all about it.
Forget about it, like damn, I ain't got it.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I just picked up something.
You never know if they released it or not.
Right.
They give it you. Some of them do.
I just picked up something from 317 that had you guys on
Oh
there.
yeah, them guys, yeah, my man, them, yeah.
Right on.
317, yeah, out there in Indy.
On that Naptown CD.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And y'all's track together was like the best one on the album. I was like, oh yeah, go.
We had did a show out there.
Oh my gosh.
And they had paid us to come to the studio to drop a track with them.
I know I did this joint with my man, this cat overseas. They was it was called I think it was Fuck It. Let's see, Fuck It. It was some a man from Germany.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, I didn't have a clue what the fuck they was saying, but it was I was like, fuck if I do the hook, I don't know what, and I rap, you know. Then they come in, they did their stuff, and I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck they saying. But you know, and I still stay in touch with like, you know, me, I'll be a person stay in touch with damn near everybody that I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? But me and my man he always like, man, has a wider situation out there. He always, you know, we always messaging him in Germany, UK. What's my man from Australia? Remember the man we went from Australia.
The interview with my Ned, the interview with Underground Australia.
Yep, Underground Australia.
Man, we did something with my man in Canada, 6 Ninjas, with
Yep.
Cass.
Yep, 6 Ninjas. Remember Knothead?
Knothead.
He was in Seattle.
We did a lot of
And then we just sent some records off to China.
For real? Damn.
Yeah, that was Tokyo.
Tokyo.
Still the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
We done seen some of China before.
That was like when I tell like you'd be surprised like how many like how much overseas like we seeing UK, China,
Canada.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like they like it surprised me sometimes. Like you see like the people being like when we dropped Born Dead 3, like it was like the hottest thing, smoking coming off the press. And I'm talking about it was when I was in the motherfucking post office every day, and I had stacks of shit. I'm trying to keep everything separated, going to like New York, you know, I want anything, Canada, OC, UK, this, and I'm like, God damn.
Hell yeah.
I'm talking that was like,
Even for us. I was in that.
yeah,
So much, man. I got a whole big bag full of receipts. You know, the pandemic was going on with the Florida drop, so it was really rough. The mail was getting lost. Packages was getting lost.
Right.
Man, I had to send packages again to them.
Yeah. I've had to do that more than once during this. And refund fools. Like, literally, and I'm like, damn, I sent this shit's killing me. You know what I mean? Like, damn, but I gotta keep people happy, you know?
Right.
So, shit.
it's hectic. Like, I don't like going to the post office like this.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't like going to the post office in the first place, and then now with
Right.
the pandemic, it's like even worse. You gotta like prime me to get up there. I'll go like once a week. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to go every
You're scared
day.
to send stuff because you don't know if it's gonna get there.
That too, you know.
They say we don't guarantee it.
Right.
That's why you can tell.
You get insurance, so you can put the insurance on it. I was like, most of them, but 90-something% of them get there. Like, you know, I had one cat, he was out of New York, and he was going off on me like, man, I need the fucking record. Like, man, my shit doesn't get here. I'm like, man, look, we got to send you another one. He get mad at me, tell me off, block me. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, I've had that happen a couple times recently too. It's just like it's like, damn, like for one, like if you support this shit, like then be cool about it, and like I'll send you another one, you know. But like, don't fucking tear my head off over this shit. Like,
We
it
ship
ain't that
faster than
serious.
anybody. Yeah, we ship faster than anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would say just about anybody. As soon as you make an order, shoot, we pull it together, boom, it's gone the next day. Or
Yeah.
that day we get it that day, it be gone that day. Like, we send faster than anybody.
Yeah.
Like, you ask anybody say, man, you order something, you know, they ain't waiting no months, they ain't waiting no weeks. You know, you order, that shit's in the mail the next
Damn, I
day.
didn't expect to get it this quick.
Yeah.
Every time.
That's the way to be. But sometimes even doing that, the post office is fucking you up, you know.
Throw you off.
Right. And then it reflects on you. It's like, damn, you know. So, let's see. So, like, you know, you guys just dropped Born Dead 4. What album most defines PJB in your opinion? From the whole discography.
Define wise, you would say the Born Dead because that's what really got it rolling. But my favorite, if you want to go by favorite,
Sure.
is Born Dead 2.
Born Dead 2. Right on. The classic album, man, for sure.
I think our definition, we said defines, I believe, Born Supremacy.
Born Supremacy.
May have been our, because I think it was more personal. That's our most personal album I think that we had of all our discs. Like, you know, we had dropped a lot of good records, and it's like, and then we did Born Supremacy. Like, if you go through Born Supremacy from start to finish, it's like you get more feeling out of it. Because I guess we give you more personal scenarios in it. Like you get a lot of feeling in Born Supremacy. It was like whenever, like, you know, it never came to a point where like we just in the studio crying, like damn near in tears. Everybody damn near in tears when we drop a track. It's like because it was so much stuff going on, like, you know, personally, and it was being brought up and brought to record, and it was, and everybody in there, you know, you looking like it's almost to tears, like, because you just reflection of everything that's been going on.
The one's pretty there. Yeah, it was like more sad one, but it was like more hungry. If you listen to it, you can tell like, damn, he was hungry.
You could tell, like, you could tell internally, like, it was personal. Born Supremacy was personal, you know, because we never, like, I didn't say we don't never get to like really break down like things in our life that really broke us down, or certain things that broke us, and it's like with Born Supremacy, we did tracks on there that was we had stuff that really broke us. You know what I'm saying? And you can hear it in the music. It's like when you listen to it and you hear it, you just be like, you can about get vision like of what we was going through at certain points, or how we felt.
Oh yeah.
And it just, man, Born Supremacy was Z1. I think that defined it. I think that was the one that if you wanted to really get an insight of how we a feeling or how we was, like, that was one, you know. But my favorite record out of all of them is, you know, I think right now it's Born Dead 3.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
My
that's
favorite
a
now. And
solid album as well. They're all solid as fuck. There ain't one album that I don't like. You know, like for real. Like Ghetto Celebs was dope.
Oh, yeah, Ghetto Celebs was really good.
You know,
production wise, and then we had Bootleg and Breed on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had like Born Dead. I mean, Ghetto Celebs was phenomenal.
Jack the Reaper was dope.
Yeah.
You know, that was another one that I had came down and got at Hot Hits. I think when it was like freshly out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like and just I remember just listening forever off that shit. You know, like The World's Mine is still one of my favorite tracks. You know, like
It was so deep.
Right.
Like it was so deep when like he really took it there. That was a Pint solo track on there. He took it there.
Yeah.
Word of Mine that was a great song.
I listen to it, you know, every year, multiple times through the year. You know what I'm saying? Since I've had it, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, that's some solid shit, man, for real. So, tell me some of your like highlights of, at Gathering of the Juggalos. How did that all go out? Highlights, interest, you know, like downfall, whatever, anything that went down. What you want to talk about at Gathering of the Juggalos? What would you come away with? You know,
Me, man, was just seeing like the artists that, you know what I'm saying, you grew up, you know what I'm saying, listening to. You know what I'm saying? You see Morris Day and Time. You know what I'm saying? You never think of seeing nothing like that at, you know what I'm saying, no time.
right?
Morris Day and Time.
Hammer.
Yeah, but just, you know what I'm saying?
P.
Cube, you know.
Fucking mad. I love Mad
Lil
Skittle Boy,
Jon,
yeah.
Mac 10, Bone Thug. Like, man, there's so many people. Tech Nine is always great. Ghetto Boys. I had seen Ghetto Boys in Flint before, way back when we were younger.
Oh, that'd be sick.
And I seen Run DMC here, and like, that was a fucking classic.
For real, damn, man.
Downtown is a spot, it was called the Copa, and it was like the spot everybody would go, like, Esham had been there for, you know, and somebody else, the big family, and Run DMC would come. I'm like, no fucking way I'm gonna miss this. These motherfuckers put on a show.
Oh, I bet.
You hear me? They put on a show. I was like, man, Run DMC is the hardest. And then the Ghetto Boys came like another year later with the other club. And I'm like standing on the chairs, like, for that Willie, Bill Bushwick, and Face all.
Wow.
$50 to get in.
Well,
I'm
worth
in
it.
bit. Hell yeah, I was on the goddamn chair. The Gathering, and I seen Bushwick Bill. We had to chop it over Bushwick Bill shit for about an hour or so.
Damn,
Like,
that's amazing,
an hour,
man.
2 hours down there. He was some cats from Chicago, and he had his daughter with him. And he and other fellas was there, and we chopped it over Bushwick for an hour or two.
Wow.
Like, just really talking like we knew each other, like we never crossed paths before.
Fuck yeah.
But you know, and we was talking to the cats from Chicago, like, man, they're like, man, y'all need to come down here, man. Y'all come down to Chicago with us, man. We got a studio. You know what I'm saying? Everything y'all good. Don't even worry about nothing, man. We, you know, I'm like, cool, like, you know, rest in peace to Bushwick. You know, we did a lot of rest in pieces.
We do.
Like, you know, shit, we got to really kick it like that. You know, Hammer take pictures. He did, you know what I'm saying? Take, you know. It's like, it's just good. The gathering is just like, you know, Scott Hall wearing our shirt. We wear a shirt at the gathering. It's the first time we wore it. Like, he had got it in Hollow Wicket after party. And it surprised me because, look, I had been walking the ground all night, getting fucked up. I had a fifth in my back pocket, a fifth in my hand. Me and somebody else, we just walking, chugging it up, just getting fucked up. So we started to get light. We end up walking through a field that I don't even know where the fuck we was at. But I know we end up over by the wrestling ring. And it was early. This was the sun that came. It was probably about 7, 8 o'clock by now. So I get up, stand up right by the fence. I think Violent J was right there. And, you know, I'm talking to him for a second. And then we sit around and, you know, they start wrestling. It was Kamala and Jimmy Snuka, and Jimmy Snuka was tripping and shit. I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know why he was tripping. He was tripping, just going off. He didn't want to leave the whole area and shit. So they had to have him removed. Like,
damn.
You know what I'm saying? So then you know, Scott Hall get up from where he was talking there. He was just doing, I guess, commentary. So he get up, comes, start walking through there. And I see he got like, he on the PJB. I'm like, Scott Hall, what's up? He opened his jacket, was like, I'm like, that's what's up. I'm like, that's what G as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was surprising because I'm thinking like, you know,
he wore it again on national TV. But
sure did, twice.
That's sick, man.
The one with Jake, he was talking to Jake Roberts. Yeah. He was talking to Jake Roberts. Him and Jake Roberts was talking, and I think that might be in Jake house. He was sitting on the couch. He said, he got my PJB shirt on there. Then the one on TNA.
His son Cody, He hit us up on Instagram one time, tagged us, and he had it on our shirts on.
Oh, yeah.
Western overseas.
Then
That's what's up, man.
Cody Hall.
yeah, cause like you know what I'm saying. So, you know, usually you would think like you give them something and then they don't know who you are after that. You walk up on them and they every time I see you, always the one was like you see me like what's it called? Cause when Chucky was like, remember we was at the gathering, he was like man, and then Chucky had on his Project Born. She's like man, take me down Project Born. Boom, him and his son. And the son at the time rolled. The son came. They rolled down there and like I was like man, what's up? He said man. Guy had a heart attack. He had just had a heart attack or some shit. I'm like, man, what's up? What the hell you doing, man? He's like, you had a heart attack and shit. He was like, doing the snorts. So we gonna get the damn power alone, bro.
Right.
Motherfucking funny as hell though, like for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gave him some new shirts and shit. You know, took the pictures like, you know, we cool, 'cause like, you know, we grew up watching them wrestle.
He's a Ramon.
Hell yeah.
We grew up wrestling, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, I remember we took my son to Ballers and he was there, he seen him and he was like, man, he like, I was sitting there and then I turned around, like, Scott came over, like, man, what's up? I got up, stood up, what's up? My son was gonna start going crazy. You know Scott? That's Scott. Yeah, that's Scott.
That's badass.
I was like, yeah, that's Scott. Yeah.
That's cool as hell, man.
Scott cool as fuck, man. He cool motherfucker for real, like. Every time I see he cool as shit, like.
That's legendary, man. I hope that the Gathering of the Juggalos will happen again soon, man. Like, I'm ready to fucking be there, like, seriously.
You might.
It's gonna be hectic to keep people 6 feet.
Oh, I know.
They're gonna either what they may do, and I don't know, this might be everybody who come got to be already vaccinated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That might be the stipulation. Like I think that's gonna start to be a stipulation a little bit everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they can't make. I don't see myself trying to take it. I don't.
No, I mean, neither.
I can't because I'm not. My uncle took it. He's like, man, I kind of felt good. Like Uncle June took it.
Yeah,
He's like, man, I feel like I heard no different. Like, you know what I'm saying? He said I was a little off a little bit, but not nothing major. You know what I'm saying? He's like, shit. He said I drank a couple beers and I was straight. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's his theory to everything. Drink a couple beers and straight. So then he's like, he got to take his second shot on in April 3rd or something like that. So I said, I'm gonna see what happens when he takes the second shot. Like, you know, I got too many pre-existing. I'm like, man, what's that shit gets to me and then just send me out the door. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's a hard like chance to take.
Right.
Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. I know my girl already had it, and I think I may have had it already, like before it really blew up. Cause I had a friend in the hospital. I went and visited. He was only 21. They sent him home with an oxygen tank. Said it was from vaping, you know. And this was right before the COVID shit, and it was the same damn symptoms, literally, you know. And I started having breathing issues there for a minute, and like I'm like, this ain't normal, you know. And it passed, and then I never got COVID when my girl had it. One of my best friends had it out in the city. I was with him. I didn't get it. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just like, I ain't gonna take the vaccine unless I have to. If it means I can go to the Gathering of the Juggalos, I might take. I might take the shit. Yeah. So so you guys worked with Ouija Mac on Born Dead 3. How was that? How was Ouija Mac as a person and in the studio and shit?
He's always been cool. Ever since we first met the mother, like he's always been cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like he like Ouija go Hollywood on in a minute.
Yeah.
In a minute, like, you know, he's cool as shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He'll go Hollywood in a heartbeat. You know, I respect it. But that's him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we like, you know, Ouija Mac was cool. Matter of fact, we sitting there. I'm up at J house waiting for we waiting. Blasey go ahead and drop hers, and she dropped hers, and like she surprised the shit out of me. I won't even front. Like I'm sitting there like my mouth down, like, cause you know, like I went and listened to some of the records. I'm like, I should be able to keep up. Shit, she came to that motherfucker, kept up, and kept running. Like a big shout to her. She showed up and showed out. Then she took Ouija forever to get to the damn studio. We waited for Ouija for the longest. Yeah, so we just sitting there like, man, Ouija, where the fuck is good? Like, he finally come in the door. You know, he get in there, warm up, and drop it. Like, she like, he's like, you know, them motherfuckers, they man, Ouija and Bloody both are super talented, dude. It's like if you take the roof off of them and let them loose, Bloody Rose could have caused more havoc than she did. Like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of think she was held back a little. You know what I'm saying? I think if they would have let her loose like she did on Don't Switch, she would have blew. On
her albums, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they kind of put her into a box on her album, like, be this way. Instead of saying, look, do what you do, and we'll put something around what you drop. And she came out with that record, like, and she was good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there thinking, like, how the hell did you go from this to do this? Like, to make sense. Like, they need to loosen the ropes on her. She could be a dog, like, you know. But now they kind of got her, like, I think they got her kind of like to a certain image, so people are gonna look at her a certain way all the time, no matter what. She come off her record can be fresh as hell. People are gonna give her this. This is gonna be her
in the box.
This is gonna be what they're gonna know her as. They got to unloosen the rope and let her go. Like, so she said she dropping some new shit. Like, she got some new shit coming. So, and Ouija is cool. That motherfucker is. He's a cool motherfucker, man. Man. And like,
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we came up, like came up under us, like, so it was, but like, I believe, like, to be frank, I think Light had the most potential, and she been over about 3 years ready before he still ain't dropped his record. Like, I be telling him all the time, like, you better drop it. Fuck it. Like, dude, you can make more records. Like, drop that shit and start the next one.
Right.
Like, you know, people forget about you after a time. Like, you're gonna eventually fall off the face of the earth. Like, you know, they had a nice, they could actually, Psychopathic really came back. They let Ouija and Light go. Like I'm talking about not let go, let loose. Like,
right.
Get them. Like, let them two little motherfuckers, let them do. Like, they young. You know what I'm saying? They both have like this thing about them. They have a certain personality, and you let them go. They should have ran with the Little Rider shit. They should let them two go, and I think it would have been great. I think it would have been great for bringing, you know, really pulling Psychopathic back up. Like, they'd have been good.
For sure, man. So, let's see. You guys got a book coming out about you guys. Biography type shit. How does that feel, having a fucking book written about y'all, man? That's...
Just feel it, man. Just know you got a long career like that, 25 plus years, and be able to tell your story. All three of us still here to tell it. It's wrote good. It's written good, man. My man Mike Shepard did a good job.
And I just think, like, we still, like, gonna be some stuff that we didn't really get to, like, I don't think we got to put all of it in there. Like, we really want to put, like, there's so much stuff, like, that's gonna come in the book. You're gonna be like, then you're gonna be like, it's gonna be some stuff, like, we can do another book.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do another book.
We can do another book, and everything we didn't put in that book, we can put in another book, and it'll still be like, think we've been rapping for 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then you think about, you add in, like, everything from poverty level, from when we were born in Kentucky, Rivertown, Kentucky, moved to Flint, Michigan, and then rap, and then, you know, there's so many levels to it. You know, that, you know, drug game, you know, some people with drug usage problems, and you know, stuff like that. Like, you know, it's so much, like, that we covered, that we could have covered. Like, we can cover a whole nother book full.
It's like 358 pages of that already.
Hell yeah.
We can do another 358, and
I believe it.
Of stuff that you want, that's not even in this book. We can take that, we can run another episode of that whole thing, and just, you know, from everything, like, and you'll be sitting there with your mouth out, like, how fucking did all that happen to y'all? You wouldn't believe some of the things that happened to us, and you would just be like, there's no fucking way that y'all still here in sane mind.
Man, I can't wait to read this shit.
We got the cover and everything too. We just ain't released it yet. I released it the flyer, the little promo flyer.
Right.
We got the cover and the whole layout for the book is done.
Oh yeah.
The book is written, done. layout done. We just getting the marketing for it now.
Man, I can't wait. I was honored when Mike reached out to ask if I wanted to do a little write up in there. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, fucking dreams come true. Seriously,
Appreciate that, man.
you know. I appreciate you guys. You know, like you guys have made an impact on my life, and like to be asked like to come and do something like that, I was like, yeah, hell yeah, absolutely. Like, so I'm definitely looking forward to just reading the whole thing, and I know what you guys mean about like. Right, you'd be able to do a whole other book because like I've been making a musical name for myself for 15 years. All right, and like I'm writing a book on my shit, and like I feel you. It's like there's so much shit, you know, like you can't even fit it all into a fucking book, and like you guys been doing it double time that I have, you know, like and man, you guys are fucking inspirations, man. Seriously, hell yeah, you know. So. You know, I asked about what, you know, your early inspirations were musically, like, but what artists are you listening to in 2021?
I'll be honest with you, I'm about to listen to the same one.
I feel that.
I've been like Tupac. I got a playlist that consists of Jay-Z, M, Big, Pac, Jeezy, like, all that. I had some Meek Mills in there. Like I got like mostly old school rap, all ghetto boys, like everything. Every time I get on, like I'm always listening like that. Like before any new records, I check like most of the records I check like they come out like the M record. All M records I always catch them. Fat Joe just released one that was just hot.
Oh really? I didn't hear about that.
Oh my god!
I was looking.
It's called Family something. And I'm talking about it's hot from top to bottom.
Not check it.
The whole record. Like you listen to that mother, you're like, damn, it's hard. And that's basically like I still listen to that same motherfuckers. Like,
oh yeah.
Like all old music. All the time.
I'm the same. My girl's like, you're stuck in the 90s. I'm like, that's what I like. You know, that's what makes me comfortable. What about you, Polk? What are you listening to, bro?
Same with me. I'm Pac. I listen to Pac all day. If I'm working out, or just in one of those moves, Pac can get you there where you need to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether you up or down.
So many emotions Pac bringing out of you. You
Right.
gotta like woman, you might gotta be some riled up, hit him up, and then you might hear Brenda's got a baby, and then like Pac plays on your spirit.
Yeah.
He plays on your spirit.
He partially raised me as well. You know what I mean? Like, what's your favorite Pac album, though?
Album?
Yeah.
Me Against the World.
Me too, man. No, I got that shit. I don't know.
That's my favorite album of all time. Like,
All time.
Ever, yeah. Mine.
No, it's a solid album. It's got old school, fuck the world, fucking, you know, so many good, the whole thing front to back.
Heavy in the Game is my
I
favorite.
guess I mean it's like so
Heavy in the
many
Game,
records.
absolutely.
It's just so many records, like man, that like from top to bottom. Me and my son had this argument all the time, like man, records from top to bottom. Like, what do you think some of the best 5 albums from top to bottom? I'm talking about every song like that you can just go to and just like fuck it. So and I think either at the top of the list or somewhere in them top slots, gotta be Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent. It's not even. I haven't seen an album like as many songs he has on there. From top to bottom, the quality of that record it's just like I didn't like that or the Chronic. You know,
Of course, the Chronic.
The Chronic album was that. And they got that Niggas for Life, WA, the Young Buck record. That's like you gotta be like when you talking like from top to bottom, like all the way through. You just you have to like, and it's hard like you to find a record that from top to bottom is. I can go all the way through and just like I can get on a ride and I can play Get Rid Die Trying from top to bottom. Just that Young Buck, Young Jeezy Recession, like records like that. Like these are just like top to bottom, just classic. Like, and this is like a lot of records ain't like that. But I'm telling you that you gotta listen to that Fat Joe, man.
No, I'm gonna.
That Fat Joe record is nice, bro. I was like, because I ain't the biggest Fat Joe fan at all, like. And I got into it on a humbug. I just seen Fat Joe got something whenever I try to download anybody new records.
Yeah.
So I got a bunch of them. Some of them I don't listen to, some of them I do. I saw I listened to it a couple times to see what's up. But that Fat Joe record was hot.
Oh, cause I liked Fat Joe's first album. It was real hard and shit. Like before he got like kind of more poppy or a little bit. So I'm gonna check it out though. I'm gonna add it to my list real quick.
Yeah, Fat Joe, that record is nice.
Oh yeah. No, that's how I am though with like Master P, The Ghetto's Trying to Kill Me, or like Ghetto D, or even like Ice Cream Man. Like all those albums are like front to back for me. I fucking listen to them all the time still. Like.
Ghetto Dope, yeah.
Oh yeah, Ghetto Dope. I remember my mom actually took me to the record store on the way to the dentist, and Ghetto Dope had just came out. We just came back from Texas and seen a bunch of singles for like I Miss My Homies and shit like that, and we got back home and I seen it in the store, and I've been playing that ever since, man. Seriously.
Ghetto Dope. Esham, Close Cash.
Oh yeah, Esham. That was my first.
Flowers.
Yeah, Dead Flowers. Yeah, even Male Dominance was fucking nuts. Like seriously, like that shit was like some weird shit. Like, and I love it. Like Esham's, my favorite, one of my damn favorites. But Closed Casket was like the first album I got of his, and just went from there. But yeah. So shit's crazy right now. How's COVID affected Project Born?
Can't do no shows.
Right?
Kind of like it does everybody else. Kind of put a pause in your life. You got to be a little bit more cautious with a lot of things you do and who you be around with, and your movements you got to be different, because there's so many people that you can affect. My grandmother. I visit my grandmother, all the time, and kids, and you got grandkids. My daughter just had a baby, so it's like,
Congrats.
And more good luck. This is my 11th grandchild.
Damn, man. Congratulations.
That's good luck from there.
Oh, yeah.
You get past 3 is good luck.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, man, the pandemic has been, I had my bout last year with it.
We heard about that, man. Glad you made it, man.
Yeah, I didn't think I was, but they shot me up as pneumonia, but I had everything as COVID.
Yeah.
I had every symptom, and I'm talking about I was going to die, but
Yeah.
God works in mysterious ways.
For sure. I agree there, man. I'm definitely glad you made it. Man. So what's coming up next for Project Born? Like, you guys got any albums you're working on, any solo stuff, anything like that?
To get started.
Yeah, we got we're gonna do the record. Everybody's doing a solo album. We're gonna put it together.
Oh,
be a
sick.
Project Born record.
Hell yeah.
But everybody we all different CDs. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna probably have our different features and whatever, and then put it together. So it's a set,
That sounds sick.
Yeah, so that's our next movement. And then just try to see how this year unfolds. With this pandemic and how it's gonna go from there.
Right.
See where we can, if we can get through it and get back to normal, or we still be in this box for a minute.
Right.
You just gotta figure out how to adjust. Look to try to at some point try to get this Born Dead 1 re-released. I think that's important. A lot of the people want it, so we have to. I think we're gonna try to get that together.
Now, is that the Lost?
No, the original Born Dead.
No, just Born Dead 1, right on.
We were trying to get the Lost joint together too, but from us going through these tapes, I believe we got to go back to them again. We got to make sure that we do a thorough search on them. We found some shit that we had, but I don't believe that them wasn't like the song we were really looking at, looking for. So we still looking for these certain set of songs, and we find them, and then we'll be good.
Right on. So what are you thinking for the Born Dead 1 reissue? Are you talking CDs, tapes, vinyl? What are you talking? Everything? I know probably CDs, maybe cassettes, maybe. Cassettes is kind of a little off now, so I don't know. We might do it just for a collector, maybe like a hot 100, 200, maybe just for collectors. Right.
And about vinyl. So we still discussing the vinyl things. We do that. Vinyl is expensive.
It is.
It's expensive as fuck.
It would fit though, like it's 6 tracks, unless I don't know if you're adding more or not, but 6 tracks would definitely fit on a 12-inch,
Yeah.
So I would buy that shit, absolutely.
We think about that. That would be nice.
Let me know, man. So speaking of merch, like who designs a lot of the Project Born merch?
We do.
You can do it yourself.
We design all our like the thoughts come from us. Chris might come over with something, he might come back to the shirt. I'll be up like all times nights. I'll be thinking, man, we should do, and then put it together. And then if I had to have something drawn out, I usually have last few things we drawn out. My boy Kyle Sweet, he been the man on drawing up our shit for it. He kind of brings my visions into paper.
Oh yeah.
I think it's something you call them, hey man, I want this, that, hold on, change it to this thing, and it comes out the way I want it.
That's dope to have somebody like that on your team,
Yeah, he makes all the adjustments on the line, like, no, they don't look right, do this, take this off, but then he takes it, hand draw it, then digitize it, put it together, use different colors, and we see what like different colors it is, like it comes together good.
Oh yeah, man. That's dope. So, where can people buy stuff from Project Born?
On our website, therealprojectborn.com. You go there and just find whatever you need.
Oh yeah. That's what's up. I'm just want to let people know because I'll be already up on your shit, but like for everybody that doesn't know, go check out that realprojectborn.com. And these guys are on Instagram. Like why don't you guys throw out your Instagrams if you want,
With the Instagram, the Real Project Born. Twitter is Real Project Born. Facebook Project Born. Yeah, so just look anywhere you search it, you'll come up. So
yeah, Google that shit.
Yeah.
Project Born. They're all over the internet and all over the street for real. So random question though. What's your guys' favorite food? Polk, what's your favorite food, man?
Mine is burgers, man.
Hell yeah.
Burgers and chicken.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Grilled?
What's your grill? Burger?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, mainly, yeah.
Yeah.
It don't matter, go either way.
Hell yeah.
Good.
What about you, Nitty?
Chicken, by far.
Right on. What kind of chicken though?
I love fried chicken, buffalo wing, anything chicken, anything. Like I just love chicken and steaks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like chicken, but I gotta have chicken at least 4 or 5 times a week.
Oh yeah.
That's a given, man.
That's what's up.
Man, I gotta kind of kick the fried chicken. I need to start. I got my air fryer up and going, so I need to start air frying the chicken and start cut the fried joint out. I love fried chicken. It's the hardest thing to give up for me.
That shit is good, man. What's like the best spot to eat out in Flint that y'all recommend?
This spot called Big John. They like steak and onion.
Oh yeah.
You know what that for?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to
Big
live out in
John,
Flint for
right,
a little minute.
Big John Halo Burger.
Oh
It's
yeah.
called Chips.
Love Halo
Chips.
Burger, man.
It's called
Chips.
Chips. They do it's a soul food restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah, Woods. This spot called Woods
Yeah.
is good. Like
Yeah.
sell soul food.
Oh yeah.
Woods. It's a new spot, man. These some homies. Well, I don't know them, but they was some promoters or whatever. Some young guys. They just opened up a spot called 810 Prime. I haven't been there yet though.
I went there.
You been there?
Yeah, on Destiny's birthday.
I heard about it.
We went in there, boy. They got a nice setup.
Oh yeah.
There used to be an old Applebee's on Pearson Road that it was, and they got the spot. So I have to get up there and check that, but I heard a lot about it though. That was a good
Yeah,
food.
That's what's up.
it was cool. Like out there, they got some nice stuff up in there. They got nice food. They got some high stuff. Got some low stuff. They got their chicken. So I was like, yeah, give me a couple of wine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's nice up in there.
Y'all been to Family Morales, the Mexican joint?
Mm.
On Miller Road.
No, it's closer to downtown, north end of downtown.
Bristol Road?
Little spot.
Is it green?
I'm trying to remember the damn road. It's basically right off you can see the downtown little thing like south of that.
That's another one I'm thinking about on Miller Road again.
Okay. Yeah, check that shit out. That was my favorite spot. I actually just got him a couple months ago and I was coming through, going up north and shit. But Flint's got some good food along with good music, you know. So, let's see where we at. So has the radio in Flint been supportive of you guys?
Back in the day, you get a little bit of love.
We don't need the radio to play our shit.
We don't even cater to it.
Right. I just wondered, you know, like, cause like I'm the same way. I could give a fuck less about the radio, but you know, if they want to play it, then hell yeah, you know, like
yeah, if you can get it played, then
right.
How many people actually listen to the radio? Like, I mean, it's a few, but like older. How many people like you think of our speed that listens to the radio like that?
None.
I listen to the radio only like if I get in the car and I just don't feel like plug Bluetooth to my phone to the thing. Then I might listen to go to the store or something. You might listen to a couple songs. But everybody usually is Bluetoothing, aux cording, all that from their phone.
Right.
They streaming.
The phone.
Site.
Yeah. Where is that?
Radio is like it's actually become a little bit obsolete.
Pretty much,
You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a couple of a few people who do it, but mostly older people.
Right.
Listen to the radio. We don't want to hear all that cussing, fussing, and man. Maybe you know, man. They listen to the radio. But.
So there's not like a fucking like cool underground station or something out in Flint that plays like more underground shit at all? Yeah, like
Brady
on 94.3
Brady,
still.
yeah.
You be able to cater in university or whatever, but it's still you can't play the raw cuts though. You know, you got to be radio edited.
Right.
He plays it though. Yeah, I forgot about Brady.
Yeah, that's our boy Gaza there.
Gaza Strip.
Yeah, Artful Dodgers, old school. He's been around forever. He's a great cat. Like I've done a lot of things with him in the past as well. And shout out Gaza for sure.
That's the family.
So how was it working with Bedlam? You know, that track Resurrection y'all did was the shit. Yeah, like is Kurt D really fucking crazy or what?
I think Bedlam was one of the first ones to ever do a collab. Like reach out to us and pay us to do a collab, ain't wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, back then, back in
Shit, that was long.
like the late '90s.
Yeah, like 2000, maybe 99, something like that. I forgot whenever the resurrection was done.
I was still in fucking high school, early high school, like maybe like 10th grade or not, something like that. Because I remember listening to it on Napster right before my computer crashed, or my family's computer crashed, because I was going crazy on the Napster shit. Like, but yeah, I remember listening to it around then, so that was fucking it was a while ago.
Big Kurt was a cool motherfucker to party with. Like, he gets fucked up. He like, man, we used to get drunk as a motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
We used to do, we did a lot of shit with them, like, up in Saginaw. We always go to Saginaw, do a show with the water trough. And there's another spot there we did stuff like that. We all, like, us and Bedlam was always doing shows together in Saginaw, like.
Hell yeah.
We did, like, man, I'm talking about, man, we just had a good time. There was some good cats, man. They were just on Born Dead 3.
Hell yeah.
You know, Big Kurt and the man, they're good people, man. They're good people. I like Big Kurt, man. Big Kurt's my guy, man.
That's what's up.
Love them, man. They 100.
Yeah, no, I've been listening to Bedlam since I discovered him long ago, you know, and I'm like, I actually just bought Shock Treatment the other day. Like, I found it over at Tracks and Wax Records. I'm like, you guys got fucking Bedlam in here? Like, which, by the way, I got some copies of Born Dead 4 over in there for y'all. So that's over at Tracks and Wax Records in St. Clair Shores. Go pick up Project Born shit over there. So is there any record stores left in Flint? I know there used to be like Wyatt Earp and shit, right?
Music Planet, the only one.
Music Planet still exists? Okay.
It's been forever. They used to have all the goddamn underground shit. Esham, all the Esham stuff. Where I used to go get all my cassettes. The Esham joints, man, Music Planet.
He wanted some of our CDs because I went in there. Me and Mike went to get some pictures for the book or whatever, and we got some pictures with him. Did a little interview with him.
Oh yeah.
And I got to take you some CDs back.
Music Planet though is the name. I'm gonna check that shit out.
If you go get any underground Flint stuff, you're gonna get it out of there.
Alright.
Jake, probably your Dayton family, old Dayton family, and some shit like that.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be there.
Next time I'm in town during the day, I'm gonna go check them out. For real. If y'all wanna roll over there or something, make a day out of it or some shit. Let's see. So, let's see. Where are we at? So yeah, how did it feel over when y'all headline Mental Spaghetti Fest, man? Like, that was the shit. I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you having us out there, man.
Oh yeah.
It was a good time.
That's what's
Good
up.
time. Plan on having another one, everything cool to calm down?
When shit calms down, absolutely. You
It'll
know.
be 9.
Well, we did 9
Okay, so
online, you know. We just
10 then.
yeah, so it'll be 10 whenever we get to it. But you know, I would be honored to get you guys out there again for real, you know. So because everybody loved your shit, like that was a definite highlight of the weekend, and being able to come through and do a little DJ shit with y'all was like a fucking unexpected dream come true for real. So, man, yeah, definitely want you guys to come back. But let's see. So in your writing process, you know, like, are you like writing shit at home, in the car, in the studio, like, you know, in the bathroom, like on the phone, and on notepads? Like, what's your writing process like, yo?
With me, mainly at home, but like if I'm out riding or somewhere and I think of something, I just write it down. You know what I'm saying? Just a quick piece of paper, write it down, or I text it to myself, so like, okay, I thought of this, or record myself on the phone, then go home and put it together. But mainly when I'm sitting at the house late night, early mornings is my writing times.
Oh, yeah. Lucky you, Nitty.
The same thing. I get losing like seeing all my good ideas come when I just get a shower.
Right on.
Like, what the fuck? So I just keep saying it over and over and over. One time like a hook or something, and I'll just say it over and over and over until I get out the shower and write it, better put it in my phone. So, I start putting everything in my phone now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't notepad. I go in there, everything, click, jot it down, click, jot it down. I jot down everything through notepad, and then it's just like, you know, I just get the feeling sometimes like where I just want to write, and I'll just write, you know what I'm saying? Then it might be a day, it might be a week before I get back to writing again. So, but I had some beats, I get some beats come out, start listening to them, you know, and I start putting all the hooks to the beats, and then I'll go back and write, you know what I'm saying? You know, get a hook, so then I can just start getting all my ideas together, and then we're ready to go.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up. So, who are some of the producers that y'all have worked with over the years, and like which ones kind of stand out? And is there someone that like does more production, more beats than, or is it like, how does that work?
No, different ones. Like on Born Dead 2, G Beans did majority of the production. Him and Product Number 7. Then Born Supremacy. What's my man down there? Son name?
The Green, Donnell, damn, what's his name? Green, fuck, I forgot his name.
He did whoever.
Man, I forgot his name.
He did most of the production on that
Something
one.
Green.
Then Born Dead 3, Big Doobie did majority on that one.
Yeah, Big D did some.
Straight Jacket did what, 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 of them. Lindo Beats did 2 of them on Born Dead 3.
Yeah.
Then 4, Lindo did 5 of them. Then Homeboy Lil Rail did 1. So it'd be different ones. We try to work with different ones to get different sounds on each album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So pretty much how we
Just
do it.
like we hear a record, we just like, man, that beat nice. We need that beat. We need that beat. We just know, listen, man, you got some beats in something. We need that beat. We need that. You know, we just go to and pick, and then that's how it come together.
Oh yeah. That's what's up. You know, because aside from having unique vocal deliveries and writing techniques, like you guys got different sounding beats than anybody out there too. And I mean, that spans your whole career. You know what I mean? Like it's always.
And I think that's what
It's
kept
different.
keep us going this long, because when you listen to all our albums, none of them sound the same.
Right. Right.
You like, damn, from the last one, it's always a step up. Like, all right, go to a different producer. Because if you keep it all the same every year, man, it's gonna just, people gonna get tired of hearing the same thing. So,
Good
gotta work
point.
with different producers.
Oh yeah.
Like on these new records, solo records, you know, telling who we gonna work with.
Yeah. Shit. Well, I'm looking forward to our collab coming up.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really tight, yeah.
It's coming, y'all.
It's coming. It be, yep. I'm gonna get in there, man.
810-313, baby. Shit. So what labels are y'all, you know, running with? What label are y'all like doing? Like, I mean, Project Boy Entertainment. Is that's where it's at?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what's up. Y'all, do you guys got any releases coming up like besides Project Born under Project Boy Entertainment?
Nope.
Right on.
You gotta focus on us right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I'm with that.
I mean, we wanna, you know, we help other artists as we go. Man, we done helped a lot of artists over the years, but it's like we gotta focus on us, especially with this pandemic threw us off a year and a half of going on 2.
For
so
sure.
We gotta regroup. So we gotta focus on us.
I feel that.
But we, you know, we help along the way though. If somebody needs us or whatever you can do.
Yeah.
Help out.
Oh yeah. Well, so shout out like whatever kind of links besides the official site. I mean, is there any like thing for Project Boy Entertainment, or is that all up under the Project Boy?
It's all up under the Project Boy right now.
Okay. Yeah. So they're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You know, any other?
No, that's all. I don't be messing with nothing else.
Right on.
You know, like you said, if you Google it and whatever pops up, that's
Yeah.
you see.
Hell yeah.
Those are the main ones.
Well, shit, man. It's great talking with you guys. Like, I really appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you coming down, man.
You know, absolutely.
On the
Like,
ride.
this is the shit, you know? Like, it's cool as hell that, things have turned out the way they have. Like, you and I, Chris, met years ago. You came down to my show, and I was, like, blown away by that, man. Like, I invited him to the little show I was doing in Detroit, and he came down and kicked it with me, and one of the realest motherfuckers out there, man. Like, for me, like, being a fan, and, like, that shit just blew my mind, man. Like, this is some real shit, and, like,
I remember that.
things have just, like, progressed from there, man, and I'm very, very proud to work with y'all, be friends with y'all, and I'm looking forward to everything that you guys got coming up, man. You got a fan and fam for life in this bitch, so.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Always supporting us, man. We appreciate that.
Hell yeah, your music's got me through some fucking times, I'm gonna say that, so, and inspiring nonetheless, so keep doing what the fuck you do. I mean, y'all have fucking made serious fucking history, and I'm excited to see what the future's gonna bring for y'all, man.
Sure. Yeah.
Anything y'all wanna say, shout out, people you wanna shout out, anything like that?
Shout out everybody who showed us love for almost 30 years. Everybody who has supported us, the Project Born brand, that bought a record, been to a show, sit down, kick it, talk, interviews, everybody who has showed us love for these last almost 30 years in the game. We want to shout out, man. Y'all are real MVPs, for real. We don't do this without y'all. And that's basically it. Like, it's a big shout out to them. Well, they make everybody who they are. Like, artists are not who they are without the family, without the fans. They call them fans. I call them family. We call it family.
Absolutely.
So nobody are who they are without them. So we gotta send them a big shout out.
Hell yeah. Polk, anything you want to leave us with, man?
That's pretty much it, man. Shout out. Like I said, everybody that supports us, man.
Hell yeah.
Man. Appreciate you coming out. Shout out you, man.
Hey, I appreciate that. For real. Fan for life, PJB for life. It's going down. All right, y'all. Make sure you grab the Project Born book when that drops. Mike Shepard's gonna be putting that out, and stay tuned for new music. And just keep on supporting. And we appreciate y'all, fam. Peace.